What is up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about Big Brother Canada 4, episode 21. This is Reality Room Podcast, episode 14, with Paul and Chris.
Yeah, that's right, guys. So if you guys haven't been keeping it on track with Big Brother Canada 4, we have a lot of information for you guys.
A lot of good stuff for you guys today.
Before we even get to the episode, we just want to give a special shout out to our boy Ramsey, who unfortunately, this is spoilers, guys, but you probably already know.
Yeah, you probably already know this.
Ramsey unfortunately had to leave the house due to some family emergency. His father was having surgery. I believe it was life-threatening surgery. So we just want to give a shout out to Ramsey.
Yes, Ramsey.
For winning the veto and then leaving right
Let's
after.
just clap. Give him a clap. Good job, Ramsey.
All right, so let's just jump right into the episode.
All right, let's start this episode off. Quoting by Tim, something right on the coat wheel. I don't know who he was referring to. I think it was the brothers. It was the brothers. Like they were pretty much riding on the coat wheel. They haven't been nominated. Mm-hmm. They've won like 2 vetoes, and they haven't been HOH for a while, but now they are. Kelsey talks to Jared, and Jared thinks that, my notes are retarded. Kelsey thinks that he's going off, Jared has had problems with the brothers, including Kelsey as well. Not exactly sure why, but because the brothers did use the veto to save Jared when Maddie was HOH, and Levita got backdoored. Damn, Levita. Gotta. And Kelsey tells Jared to, start talking game with the brothers, we're down to 9 people. We have to start playing this game. Maddie said that they'll be delusional if they keep Jared in the game.
So I just want to give a little clearance on some things here. So Kelsey appears to have a better relationship with the brothers than Jared does.
Ironically.
I think it's a more personal relationship. Kelsey has a more personal relationship with the brothers. With game relationship, if you guys remember from our previous episode with Kelsey basically yelling at the brothers, maybe not so much of a game relationship, but a personal relationship. Also, Kelsey doesn't win comps, so.
Also, Kelsey made out with Nick.
That's
personal.
That's completely okay. That's
I'm just saying.
All right, that's fair. But according to Jared, the brothers never go and talk to him. And according to the brothers, Jared never goes to talk to them. So we kind of have a little mixed bag here. It seems like both of them.
And I feel like Jared should be talking to the brothers because the brothers did save him. And they pretty much say throughout the episode, we saved you from the veto and you haven't talked the game to us once. Why are we, how are you beneficial to me if you're not even going to be trustworthy enough to the point where you're going to give me information?
Right. So through their standpoint, they have to understand that both of them, if they want to work together, they have to talk. Yeah, and that's something that they have not been doing this entire game.
Should have done it a while ago.
Yeah, I would say.
But Phil says Maddie and Ramsey would save them if they were to be safe for the week, and I actually agree with that completely. I don't know about you, but I feel like that.
Maybe I think Maddie would. Maddie definitely would. Ramsey has gone after the brothers with Jared in the past. I'm not sure exactly how he feels this week. But I know that Ramsey and Jared
had a final 2 deal kind of. They had a really trustworthy game, strategic long-term.
Yeah, they kind of did. It was a very weird relationship the two of them had. They were both on opposite alliances.
Yeah.
But they had this respect. They were like, listen, we're gonna work together at some point, maybe. But Yeah.
But Tim says who's next on the list? Who's gonna go up on the block? Is it gonna be Jared and Kelsey? Is it gonna be Maddie and Ramsey? He doesn't know. Cassandra says everyone individually should say Maddie and Ramsey, so that way, as a group, the majority will convince the brothers to put up Maddie and Ramsey.
Well, what do you think about that strategy?
I think it's really, it's a good... Don't get me wrong, it's a really good strategy, but I feel like when a majority of people are coming up to you and saying the same thing, and they're not giving you, certain information, they're just saying, put up Maddie and Ramsey. Yeah. It's almost like you're being... push into something that you don't really want to do, and it's more of a threatening type of vibe that I get out of that.
I feel that.
I mean, Cassandra says that if they think Jared is going after them, they should put him up because she's going back on what she's saying before. She's still playing both sides, trying to she wants to keep Jared and Kelsey, but she also doesn't want the brothers to think that she's working with Jared and Kelsey. So she'll say okay, if you really want to put Jared up on the block, do it. And I want to point out that she says that she's the biggest shark within this game. And Cassandra thinks that she's playing a really good strategic game. What do you think about that?
I think, she is playing a pretty decent game. If she won more comps, however, she would be seen more as a threat. but she's kind of just seen as like a subtle manipulator, maybe. But I think a lot of people do see her. Like, they do see it.
She almost went home from a 6-5 vote.
Yeah, she did almost go home from a 6-5 vote. A lot of it was because she dab a lot, and that hasn't
called Lavita a stupid bitch,
which was a joke.
Moving forward, teams. So the house guests are divided into teams of 2, and they have a Canadian quiz that gives them Tim, Nikki.
Ooh.
Tim's team includes Kelsey, Maddie, Cassandra. Nikki's team includes like pretty much all the guys except for Ramsey. Tim had like a question like what's the $1 coin? It's a loonie, and they kept going on with these questions, and they have to get I think it's like they have to get like 7 out of 10, and they successfully do that.
Each of them get
and the
5.
house guests win beer and Chinese food. From what I got, that was pretty much it.
Okay,
and I'm like, all right, beer and Chinese food, that works. So
no, they got poutine.
What did they get?
Poutine.
What?
It's a Canadian thing. We don't have time to explain it. For all you Canadians out there that's watching this show, it was not Chinese food. It was poutine. I know.
They definitely did get alcohol.
I think they got alcohol.
Yeah,
I think they did get alcohol.
So the have-not competition, they are in teams of 2.
It's a little gravy.
The green team is Nikki, Ramsey, Maddie, and Jared, and the other team is Jill, Cassandra, Tim, and Kelsey. They have to stay on a balance beam as long as possible. And if they lose their power, they're going to be the have-nots of the week. And it's mostly the team that stays up the longest will not be the have-nots.
Right.
But there's also a twist to it, too.
Yes.
Where the only person that's standing up there will never, ever have to be a have-not throughout the entire season.
I think that's a very important power to have, although I think it's being given a little too late.
Yeah.
Like, they only have maybe 3 weeks left.
Yeah, they only have a couple of weeks until, like...
And have-nots are basically gone after... I think maybe next week's will be the last.
Because I know it was like Nicole and Big Brother 16. It was like Nicole and Derek were like the have-nots, and then after that they stopped doing it. So like final 7 they usually, which is next week.
Yeah. Well, there's I believe there's 7 now.
No, there's not. I don't think there's. Wait, is there? No, there's 8. There's 8 now.
Right.
There's 8. There's 5 people voting.
Right, 5 people vote. Okay, so there's 8 now. So next week there'll be 7, and I think that's the last week for have-nots. So Jared winning the slot pass doesn't really.
It's only like 1
Was
week.
it Jared?
It was Jared, yeah.
Jared winning the slot pass. Spoilers: Jared won, and that team won. So Jared winning the slot pass doesn't really mean that much, does it?
Yeah, it really doesn't mean much. So Joel, Cassandra, Tim, and Kelsey are the have-nots for the week, and what happens is.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting to it.
You get into it.
The green team gets to choose one person to not be a have-not, and they choose Joel because Joel's been on a have-not for God knows how long.
Woo! Actually, I think he hasn't been on it for a while now, but he has. I think he's been on.
He's been on it the most. That's the fairest way of doing it.
I think Nikki should be a have-not.
Again. Oh God, I don't want to hear that. Oh my God.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so Phil says Maddie's name is constantly being thrown out there.
Yeah.
Phil and Nick are watching Show Me. I didn't know that like they get to watch TV in that like the it's definitely not like Big Brother US. Like you cannot watch anything, but in the Canadian Big Brother House they can.
Well, in BB Canada, they have Show Me sponsoring them, so Show Me gives the HOH movies to watch and stuff. Or TV shows or whatever.
That's probably why the.
And in BB US, they give you music.
Yeah, but so they also got music too. They got music too. I saw really? Cassandra with an iPod.
Okay, maybe I don't know.
But that's why the feeds are down so much. You're probably just watching TV like all the time. That would make sense.
Yeah, I guess
because it's like copyrighted stuff. But Kara tells Jared to talk to the brothers. Fucking do it, Jared. Like, what are you doing? Nick says Jared never came up to him, even like after. Again, this is what we were talking about. Like, never came up to him even after he stayed with the veto.
Yeah.
Phil says Kelsey is pretty much Jared's wife. Like, they have like a really good, deep conversation about like you're pretty much like holding Jared, and Jared's not really doing anything, and you're talking for Jared, pretty much. And then they
basically said, Kelsey, even if you go up with Jared, you're not going home. You don't win anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's like, oh yeah, thanks guys, don't see me as a threat, and she just walks out.
And yeah, the brothers say like Kelsey doesn't do anything, and then Jared calls them fucking imbeciles. Jared,
like, come on, it's a little much.
That's a little. I know you're in the house, but
I mean, come on, you're all fucking imbeciles. Let's get
like they're all ridiculous. Kelsey tells them, like, Jared, you have to fool these brothers right now because like we're the biggest threats in the house.
Yeah, got smart on Kelsey that she realized.
Now, Kelsey is playing the game right now. Kelsey's telling Jared to go get Tim to go talk to the brothers.
Yeah.
And this becomes very successful because what happens is I believe Nick and Felipe are like outside near like the jacuzzi area, and Tim is pretty much saying like the majority of the people in the house want Maddie and Ramsey out, and if you don't put up Maddie and Ramsey, we're gonna think that you're working with them.
Yeah.
Pretty much just says it flat out. And Tim says he doesn't really care. He tells the truth. It's just how he plays the game, and I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it's not really Big Brother when you do that. But I think it's pretty stupid. Ramsey says it might have to be like he's pretty much saying like this is pretty much gonna be like a house decision, blah blah blah. Phil says he's in a really really tough spot because he's got the whole Jared and Kelsey going on here and the Maddie and Ramsey, and he has to choose between which couple to pretty much put on the block without getting too much blood in his hands.
I think what's interesting about this particular scenario is that the brothers don't seem to want to put up. They're reluctant to want to put up on one side. They don't want to really put up Kelsey. They don't want to put up Ramsey. Yeah. They're just like, it's only because of Jared and it's only because of Maddie that we put the other one up. So, what I was thinking, and obviously this doesn't happen, unfortunately, but I was thinking that if they put up one from each side.
I was just thinking about that. I was literally just thinking about that right now.
It would have been very, very good because then the house would have to decide. Because let's face it here, Cassandra is close to Kelsey. Yeah. Not that close to Jared.
No.
Tim, I don't think Tim cares.
Yeah, Tim doesn't give a fuck.
He'll vote based on his best interest or just to randomize things. And Nikki, I think Nikki would vote out Jared.
I feel like what they should have done, and this is just my opinion. Let
the house decide between the two.
No, just put up fucking Maddie and Jared on the block together and tell Jared he's a pawn.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but that's what you know what I mean. That's not what happens, but it's just retarded. Yeah. Tim says that the brothers are flip flopping. No shit, they're flip flopping. We're fucking what are we at final 9? This is a big deal. Yeah. This is a big deal. The brothers haven't won anything, and this is the first time they're getting blood in their hands.
And there's 3 duos in the house.
There's the Tim and Nikki, Jared and Kelsey, Maddie and...
It's Tim and Cassandra.
I'm sorry, Tim, Cassandra, and Nikki is what? Well, Nikki's kind of close to Tim.
Nikki's kind of by herself.
And Joel and Cassandra are also kind of close too.
Yeah. Well,
Tim, Joel, and Cassandra are on final 3.
The obvious duos are Ramsey and Maddie, Kelsey and Jared.
Yeah. And
Cassandra and Tim. A lot of people see Cassandra and Tim.
So, nomination ceremony happens. The short list, Maddie is a suggested one because she won 2 HOHs, and it would be impossible to beat her at the end. How do you feel about that? Do you think it would be impossible to beat Maddie at the end if she wasn't the final 2 with the brothers?
It depends. With the brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maddie would win in a heartbeat. Yeah. There's no way. Maddie got out Levita.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Who else did Maddie get out?
Maddie got out Rule.
Well, it's not that big, but she tried to get out Jared and Kelsey. She's
the only one that put up Jared.
Yeah, twice.
Twice, yeah.
She's the only one that's willing to make big moves, basically. Yeah. And on the other side, I guess, putting up Maddie and Ramsey.
Yeah. So Ramsey's also part of the short list, and they say that Ramsey is also suggested because he's a really strong competitor. Kelsey's considered because she's tied with Jared, and Jared doesn't talk to the brothers, obviously. And Jared's also a consideration because Jared's been campaigning to get them out of the house for a really long time. So nomination ceremony happens, and they put up Maddie and Ramsey, and they pretty much say in front of the entire house that Maddie had to go up on the block because she's won 2 HOHs, she's extremely competitive, and Ramsey is a pawn for the week because if Ramsey was off the block, he would use the veto to save Maddie. And I think that's fair, what the brothers were saying about how Maddie is a good competitor because...
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, she's a very good competitor. It was always going to be Maddie or Jared on the block. It was always going to be that. It was never going to be Cassandra or Tim or Joel. Mm-hmm. It was always going to be between those two and whoever they're paired with, basically.
So that was pretty much the nomination ceremony. I don't exactly agree with those nominations. I don't know. I feel like it's the easy way out. I feel like it could have been different, like we were talking about before. Jared and Maddie, and tell each of them that they're a pawn.
Yeah.
That would have been the best thing to do, especially when you're the first HOH.
Yeah.
It's your first HOH. So I guess we're going to be talking about live feed updates, spoilers, and predictions.
All right, so let's start out with, we already revealed this in the beginning, but the person who won the vetoes was... Ramsey. And if you guys remember from the beginning, Ramsey also had to unfortunately leave due to family circumstances. But let's talk a little bit about
how it was like organized, because a lot of people were speculating like Ramsey leaving. Does that mean that like we have to restart the whole thing? Like, how does this work out? And I guess they just knowing later on, like we find out that Tim is a replacement nominee. I guess they just made it like so that Ramsey was like vetoed out, and exactly. It was going to happen anyways.
Right, exactly. So because Ramsey won veto, they made it so he was just taken off the block because he already won it.
Yeah.
And Tim is now the replacement nominee.
Yeah.
And based on live feed stuff, we can conclude that Nick and Felipe seem to want to get Tim out this week. But how
are they going to pull that off?
They're not.
They're not.
Well, I mean, unless the house.
It would be Big Brother would be amazing if they could pull like Tim going. That would be like ridiculous.
I agree. Like there seemed to be like some confusion with Nick and Felipe. I saw someone post on Twitter that apparently the brothers still think there's 6 votes this week because I guess they forgot Ramsey left. So they're like, oh yeah, we only need 3 votes at a tie. And I was like, no,
you just need 3 votes.
Yeah, just 3 votes. But the only people that would vote Tim out would be
Cassandra, Joel, and possibly Nikki.
That would vote Tim out? No, it would be Jared and Kelsey.
Jared and Kelsey would keep Maddie? That doesn't make sense.
I think they would, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think Joel, Cassandra, or Nikki would vote out Tim.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But since Ramsey has left the house, Maddie's on her own now. She's by herself. Mm-hmm. So she's a huge threat on her own. So a lot of people are speculating that because she's a big threat, some people might want to keep her in the house, so she's always a target.
Exactly, and I also want to point out that I feel like Nick and Felipe put up Maddie and Ramsey to just break up the duo. Yeah. Because Ramsey's already gone now. Now we have Maddie who's on the block with Tim, and if Maddie goes, somebody else has to be the target, and it doesn't make sense to get rid of Maddie now because you could get rid of Maddie later on.
Yeah, right.
And get rid of Tim, who's really a manipulating everyone in the whole house.
And one other thing, Nick and Felipe are talking to Maddie. They're giving her advice. They're saying during the veto ceremony to have her make like a Dr. Will S. type speech saying that how she hates everyone. So, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, and some people in the house have actually watched BB Can 7, so they would recognize the speech. But, still, it's very interesting. So, some other live feed stuff. I'll have you do your
Yeah, this isn't really like too big of a deal. The live feed, I was watching live feeds before, and Nick, Felipe, Cassandra, and Maddie are all like sitting near the jacuzzi, and they're talking about Big Brother 16. They got a little confused with like Caleb, like something with a speech, like he made like a ridiculous speech during like the final 8 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they're just talking about like Victoria. They're talking about Caleb making it 4th place, and Victoria, like, God, Victoria, why'd you make it that 3rd place? And you deserve it.
Well, she didn't. It's not like she won any money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she didn't win it. But I think it's cool, like, Big Brother Canada talks about, like, BBUS and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember BBUS 17, they were talking a lot about BB Can 3. They were talking about how Jordan got his vote.
Do you know who was talking about that? Jason Boy?
I don't remember who was. I think it was Steve.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve. He was like, yeah, Jordan got his jury vote nullified. It was very interesting.
Good.
I like Jordan though. Yeah. He was really cool. Okay, don't hate me.
Let's talk about predictions, I guess.
No, I have way more.
Oh, you have more? Okay.
Yeah, way more live feed stuff. Okay, so some more live feed stuff regarding Tim and Cassandra. So first off, before Ramsey left, Tim was talking to Cassandra about possibly targeting Nikki because they think that she would be an obvious final 2 option.
Yeah, I agree.
But then, bizarrely, whatever.
It's a word.
Something that was very bizarre is that right afterwards, Tim talks to Nikki and tells her that that's the conversation he had with Cassandra. So in my opinion, Tim is playing both sides with them.
Like Cassandra. Cassandra's playing both sides too.
So Tim is playing Cassandra and Nikki right now because he wants to be their go-to person. So Tim realizes, okay, I'm going to tell Nikki this so that Nikki trusts me because I don't want her hearing it from Cassandra. Yeah. And I'm going to tell Cassandra that I want Nikki out because I know Cassandra wants Nikki out in the first place. Yeah. But other than that, after Ramsey did leave, Tim and Cassandra had another conversation saying that the person they should target next is Jared.
Duh.
Yeah, which is pretty obvious.
Hello.
So they said that the person they're going to target next is Jared, and then afterwards they're going to target Nikki.
Okay.
And one other live feed stuff, just really quick, and you'll probably see this in Wednesday's episode. Actually, no, you'll see it in Thursday's episode. Nick and Felipe, I believe, got a task. I'm not sure if it was a task, but anyway, they had a fake fight in front of the house, and it was hilarious. Nick's acting was pretty good. Felipe's was a little wobbly, like you can tell. Felipe was kind of not being real, but the house guest took it like very seriously. So basically, what happened was that Felipe was kind of like making fun of Nick's face, and he does this fairly often, so it's not anything new. And Nick was like, "Listen, you do this all the time. You did this morning. You've been doing this since this entire game. Everything I do annoys you. Like you're just pissing me off right now." Felipe's like, "Oh, well, it's true. I mean, you have a funny face. Your eyes are weird, and you snore a lot, and I don't like you because of that." And Nick's like, "What the hell are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense." And anyway, so the end result was that Felipe ends up saying, "I don't want you to be my brother anymore." And Nick's like, "If you really mean that, say it to my face, like right to my face." Felipe's like, "I don't want you to be my..." And Nick throws a shake at him. He throws a shake at him.
Wow.
It was just like this really, really funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was a really funny
What kind of
thing.
shake? Chocolate shake?
I think it was like a strawberry shake or something.
Not strawberry.
I think so. And everyone in the house was like trying to mediate them together. But I believe it was a task. I didn't get to see the end results. I'll check in a little bit. But yeah, I believe it was a task set up by Big Brother because the feeds went off right after that for a little while. Okay, so that's it for live feed info.
All right, so predictions. I'm pretty sure I would like Maddie to stay for a little bit longer, but it would require like the biggest flip ever in Big Brother history.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. I would like Tim to go over Maddie, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's going to be Tim that stays in the long run.
And he's going to make it to Final 3. And
Tim even knows this. He's like talking about what they're going to be doing next week. He's not even thinking about this week. He's thinking about next week.
Because he knows like Maddie's going.
Yeah, I mean, he knows.
I predict that Jared will go next after Maddie.
Depends who wins HOH,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would say Jared's a safe bet based on everyone in the house right now. I think everyone would target that duo.
Okay, so let's talk about some reality room news. I only have 2 things to talk about. I want to talk about the Big Brother 18 Premiere Bash. I want to keep you guys updated on exactly who's going. They added 2 more people to the list from Big Brother 17. I like this person because this person almost got me on a online reality show. Audrey Middleton will be going to the Big Brother 18 Premiere Bash with the addition of her Biff, Shelley Poole.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So Shelley's going to be there, and Audrey's going to be there.
That's pretty
And
exciting.
they're going to keep updating who's going to be going to the Premiere Bash. My other news that I have, I believe that this Friday coming up is the last Friday you can apply to get on Big Brother 18. Who knows what's going to happen? There's going to be 30 house guests competing to get in the house, with like half All-Stars, half newbies. I mean, who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
If that is the case, it's going to be really
It's going to be
ridiculous.
crazy as hell. And that's all I have for reality room news. Nothing too much. And it was going to, pretty much short time. I don't know what I was saying.
All right,
but I want to talk about some memes that we're going to talk about 3 memes because we did say we were going to show some memes.
Right, because Chris made some memes.
So I decided to make some memes, and I'm going to show you the first one. We talk about Dan Gieslin's boot camp right here.
So it's right up there, guys.
Sign up for my boot camp. Only $150 to possibly getting on a reality show. Second one is the Devin Shepard one. Create an 8-person alliance. Put another alliance member up. Got thrown under the bus by an alliance member. Went home by 11-0 vote. And the best one is this one. The B strategy doesn't work for everyone. Sorry, Levita. And that's all I got for the memes. Guys, if you have any memes that you want to share with us, we will be posting it in our next episode of the Reality Room Podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting a lot of those. So anyway, guys, I just want to let you guys know that we do have a Twitter. We actually had 2 trending tweets
we ended up getting 38 favorites, and
30 almost
13
40
retweets.
Almost 40 favorites on our Ramsey tweet, and I'll read it out loud for you guys.
Okay.
Just really
You're
quick.
gonna post it too.
Yeah. No, maybe you guys can like it too. So my tweet was, the thing that's most impressive is that Ramsey won the veto before leaving the house, proving he came to play despite having to leave.
Yeah.
So 38 likes, and I'm very proud of myself for that. So please follow us on Twitter at Room Podcast.
Room Podcast.
Please follow us. Well, you don't have to follow. Well, follow us on Facebook at Reality Room Podcast. We don't really use it.
We don't really use it. It's more of a Twitter thing right now.
Yeah, we basically only.
Please comment, like, and subscribe. We like the feedback. We like
Yep.
Superfans' perspective on Big Brother Canada
That's
and
right.
Big Brother US as well. And this has been Reality Room Podcast with Paul and Chris.
Until next time.
Later, Gator.
Peace.
Peace. Oh my God, that episode was so short.